Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're doing well as I always do under these very difficult circumstances. Welcome to episode 63 of Daily Live Chat with John. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. If you're new around here, welcome. Basically, the format is that I basically talk to you guys about a few things. It's Sunday, so we're doing we should hopefully have enough time for the pub quiz as well, for that matter. Hope you and also by all means, guys, as always, this video, as with everything else, is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click their link in the description below. That will take you directly through to the West Ham section website of their website, so we can go buy some really nice retro West Ham gear. And there's also Admiral and Umbro West Ham colour inspired track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts. They're doing free delivery this weekend, so by all means, please do go in there and have a look to see what they're doing. But as always, let's have a look to see who's in the chat. As always, Sofiane, hello mate, hope you're doing all right. Evening one and all, Richie. John's Richie said, John mate, you made a typo in the title, by the way. Did I? Let's have a look. Where are we? Oh yeah. Thank you, fella. Not that anybody reads these things anyway, to be fair. But yeah, it doesn't really make much difference. To say nobody really reads it. They only have a look to see on the first part of it. But thank you for letting me know, mate. Much appreciated. So just double checking that now. Yeah, a little bit caught up for time, if I'm completely honest with you. Bearing in mind. Yeah, it's not letting me save the changes, so I'll do it afterwards. It doesn't matter. One letter out, nobody cares. Nobody sees that end of it anyway. But yeah, very, very pushed for time today because I spent most of the afternoon doing the preview for the Chelsea game, which is live on Patreon as of 8 o'clock tonight, and will be live on YouTube and viewable only for the rest of the Patreons as well, for anyone else on Patreon itself, because only Rick and Wally will be able to see the preview of the Chelsea game as from 8 o'clock tonight. Everybody else will be able to see it on YouTube and Patreon from tomorrow evening, just after we do this broadcast. And obviously, of course, on Tuesday night, we'll talk about the game before it happens, and obviously Wednesday as well. We'll go through some real detail, I should imagine. But first and foremost, guys, I don't know if you've ever seen this today. China and Japan and South Korea have had a huge spike in numbers, so they've got a second wave of the coronavirus. There's certain states in the US have actually gone into a second lockdown as well because of the amount of numbers that they've had as well, for that matter. So yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. But you know, this is the world we're living in at the minute. We can't do anything about it, unfortunately, so we have to, as Noel Gallagher once quite eloquently penned, you just got to roll with it. But you know, this is the world we're living in at the minute. Hang on, sorry, there's a bit of a weird, strange thing going on there. But yeah, as I say, so you know, it's sad. It's unavoidable, because at the end of the day, especially we've got people doing what they were doing over the weekend. If you know, not even the weekend, even what was it? Thursday? Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday. You know, you never know. Things are getting crazy at the minute. You know what we saw with Bournemouth, what we saw Bournemouth Beach, what we saw with where else was it? Southend a few weeks ago as well, for that matter. Just think, you know, things like that. It's all gone a bit weird. But you know, we are destined for a second lockdown. It really is. It is sad, unfortunately. Hey Stuart, hope you're doing all right, mate. Where are we? Leicester may be going into lockdown too. Probably because of I'm guessing the spike, because there's going to be loads of parts of the UK are having different variances of There's everything there. It's great. Sophie saying it's hard to see a second spike, but that's what happens when you go outside and act like the virus is gone. I heard Florida got 9,500 cases overnight. Well, what in 24 hours, mate? Not overnight. It was in the space of a day. It was 9,585, which we talked about last night. But yeah, it is. And also, as you guys would have seen that video of that idiot throwing that firework or flare at the Liver building during the Liverpool celebrations that spouted out red smoke. There has been an arrest in Liverpool as a result of it. Because at the end of the day, it's trying to deface public property. I don't care. It's nothing to do with celebrations. You do not throw fireworks at buildings. You just don't do it. It's again, it's the mentality. It's the yes, all right. It's been 30 years since you've been since they've last won the title. So doesn't give you a right. And what happens if somebody was? I mean, they probably weren't. But what happens if somebody was working right next to that window and that exploded from the gunpowder in that firework? Yeah, people don't think about those sort of things. It's stupid that in the world we live in at the minute. It really, really is stupid. And there's also, I mean, talking of stupidity as well. For that way, the Rice to Chelsea links have come out again, and I know Gio did his video this morning, which I haven't watched yet. I'm hoping he's going to be saying the same thing that I'm going to be saying, that it's blatantly a recycled article just to stir things up again. It really, really is. It's a ridiculous thing to do. I mean, it's spread by the sun, for fuck's sake. I mean, you can't get much more stupid than that. You really can't. But yeah, it's just, I mean, £45 if we stay in the Premier League for Rice. That's a David Sullivan tactic. That is £45 million may sound a lot, but for his potential, it's not really. It's not really. I'm not saying I'm not saying we're going to sell him as the world's most expensive defender, stroke midfielder. We're not going to get anywhere near Virgil van Dijk money, but if we stay in the Premier League, it's going to take more than 45 million to sell him. As simple as that. The reason being is because Sullivan is tight when it goes to sell because he wants overinflated prices, which puts us in the bargaining seat, and yet he's tight to pay other people's other clubs' prices. So it's a hypocrite from that side of thing, but at the same time, he's a businessman. So come on, guys. There's 14 people viewing and nobody's talking. Anyone got anything to say over the last 3 comments I've just made? I mean, Sophie said 1, but we've talked about 2 other subjects yet. Has anyone else got anything to say on these? Because at the end of the day, this is what this is all about. It's about you and I interacting with each other. Okay, so then so nothing's coming through, unfortunately. So there was a nice article up on the website, on the West Ham website, that where Rice was talking to the key workers for the NHS. So this, when they're talking about little things about the fact that Rice was there to pass on the enormous gratitude of everybody associated with the club. Obviously they go in, the players go in to see the kids in the hospital on a regular basis. With the NHS badges all over the whole of the Premier League, players, that sort of thing. Oh, here we go. All of a sudden, everything's jumping in. Ross Titty says hello, mate. Richie says, Gio did make sense in his video, and I can see Rice going as he wants to win things. Plus, he needs to be playing in the Euros. Well, yes, but at the same point, yeah. But as I say, I haven't watched it, but it's rumor. It's rumored. No approach from Chelsea has happened to the club whatsoever. It hasn't happened, and it probably won't. It probably won't happen. I mean, I know there's stories about Lampard wants to bring in him as a defender, and quite rightly so, as we talked about yesterday and numerous other times over the last few months. It's his natural position. He's a defender. He's not a midfielder. I don't care what anybody says. He made his debut as a defender. He played pretty much a season as a defender. and then Pellegrini pushed him up into midfield, and that's where he's been ever since. But he tracks back in defence when needed because he's a natural defender. It's as simple as that. Patricia Ryans, hello Patricia. Everyone has been too eager to get into the sun. Now we won't see any summer. At least the season's nearly over, I guess. Well, there's ways of doing it. You're absolutely right there, Pat. There are ways of doing it. Go and sit in the sun. Go and sit in your local park. Stay 2 meters away from each other. If you see there's too many people, move on. It's as simple as that. It really is as simple as that. Richard says, can we win the league so we can throw Molotov cocktails at our stadium? So it says, at least Declan Rice is the sort of person not to force a move. Agreed. Well, we don't know. We don't know. I mean, he moved. When England came knocking, he moved straight away to from Republic of Ireland. So you don't know. He might do. I doubt it. You're right. He doesn't seem to be that sort of person, but you never know. Patricia says it would be sad to see Rice go, but to be honest, he needs more. He will be an England superstar. He could well be. Stuart said, what would be sad to see him go? Would be sad to see him go, but I think we will get what he is worth. Well, this is the thing. We won't, because Sullivan wants more than they're worth. Exactly how all other teams put their prices up because they just don't want to sell him. Richard said, not saying Rice would go to Chelsea, but he will go. Why would he really want to stay at West Ham and how it is run? Agreed. Completely agreed. If we do lose Rice, then it's there's going to be massive uproar. It's going to be massive uproar because the club, the owners have said, we're not a selling club anymore, and with the exception of James Tompkins, which to be fair was the right thing to do. They're right. We haven't sold our key assets as they're known. We haven't done that. The number one Fang, I'm from America. Can I watch the live stream? What live stream are you talking about? Because it's clearly this one, or you're talking about the watch alongs. Please be specific. But welcome to see you, Jay. Hello, mate. Evening, JP. Thanks for your time during this pandemic. Will you do still daily talks when the spectrum's part? Jay, I didn't say it was linked to anything. I said we will be having these daily talks every single evening until we get back to normal. So if there's a second spike, then yes. Just some simple logic. But as I say, going back to the Rice being talking to the NHS, one of the guys in the NHS was saying this is a massive boost for all of us. It really means a lot. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Rice replied, "Taking some minutes out of my day compared to what you guys are doing in there is nothing. For me to come on and chat to you lot and give you that boost, I don't mind doing that at all." Basically, as I say, it's pretty much a Zoom conversation. You lot are on the front line wearing all this stuff. I couldn't imagine what you lot have been going through, to be honest. Hopefully, when all of this is over, we can get back to normal. It will take some time, especially for you guys. I bet it's going to be a sign of relief. You'll deserve a glass of wine or a beer or something. And so he said, "Thank you very much. It's been my privilege." And that's the sort of character that is okay. Granted, it's slightly forced from the club's point of view, but it's good. It's good that he's out there and talking about things, talking with them. Now, guys, you obviously would have seen the links that we've had over, and this is a recycled rumor. It has to be that a US and Saudi Arabia consortium are looking at buying Burnley. Who else is it? Newcastle, as well as us. I think Bournemouth as well. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. There's no, there's consortium talk is happening all the time. Don't get your hopes up on this, guys. Really, really don't get your hopes up. We can't, it's just it is just stupid. But don't read anything into it. Like I always say to you, until it's officially announced, don't read too much into it. It's as simple as that. I mean, because we're it's stupidity coming out from things. Rostis, how is Allaire doing? Is he training now? Apparently, he is close to returning, from what I'm understanding. But we'll have to wait and see, unfortunately, mate, because there's nothing much coming out at the minute. Well, Moyes will do his press conference on Monday. I think it'll probably be Monday. So we'll find out more information then. Richie says Moyes wants to use the RB Leipzig model, which is to sell young players at their peak. Would we spend the money wisely when we sell Rice, though? Well, I don't know, mate. It depends who's in charge. And I mean that literally. It depends who the manager is, and it depends if he's going to say, "Look, Sullivan, shut the fuck up," and this is what we're supposed to be doing. I mean, why we haven't appointed a club director of football is beyond me. Absolutely beyond me. But Richie, you've no idea, mate. I've no idea. Kieran says, "Say, mate, any news on where Ngaki ended up? We won't find out until his contract officially runs out on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, I'm sure there'll be a lot of crap coming through saying he's gone here, he's gone there, he's going there, he's going there. We just have to wait and see once it's announced. Once whatever club has got him, we'll have to wait. We'll have to find out and wait and see. So I noticed a lot of you youngsters, you're not bloody patient, are you? And again, where else this week? So the third kit has been talked about over the last couple of days, because as we talked about when it was mentioned on X's podcast, X and Dave's podcast on Wednesday, when we talked about it on Thursday evening, it did say that the third shirt was going to be black and gold, but it doesn't actually seem to be the case. That's right, it was going to be white, but it doesn't seem to be the case anymore. It seems to be it's going to be black and gold, very, very similar to Juventus's third kit, from what I'm understanding, and from what I've been reading. So, as I said, the kits go live on Monday morning. I'm guessing it's going to be Monday morning. It normally is Monday morning, and therefore we'll talk about it Monday evening, because we get the photos ready. We'll see the photos and everything. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really, really looking forward to it, because basically Thames Ironworks officially started as of yesterday. That's right, as of the 29th of June, 1895, and we'll find out. In the pub quiz, there is a question about Thames Ironworks around this, so I'm not going to go into too much detail why, because it is a question in the quiz, but we'll find out very, very soon. Jay says, I read that some of that consortium are linked with money laundering, sex crimes, etc. I'm sure they'll do well at West Ham. Jay, as I said, mate, don't read anything into it. Richie says he hopes Ngaki goes to West Brom. Pat says, a part of me wants to watch Moyes' press interview. Part of me wants to know it will be lie after lie. I win. That's what I do. I win. Yeah, the Pratt, totally, completely. Richie says, to be fair, Patricia, he's won the trophy for the worst manager in our history. Yeah, so far. Now, there was an interesting statement from Fornals up on the club's website. Again, it's a lot of club-based rhetoric, but it does sound like he speaks from the heart at the same point. He says, we are a big squad with very good players, but we need to show our fans that we want to be in the Premier League another year, fighting with the best teams in the world. It's difficult because our start put us against 3 teams in the top 6, but that doesn't matter. We are West Ham and we need to win. My teammates and I want to be in the Premier League again. It's a dream for me to play for West Ham and in the Premier League, and I want this dream to continue. And then he goes on about the Spurs game. He said, I don't know why VAR didn't say it was handball, because it is, but before their goal, we were playing well. We had many chances. I had one pretty clear one, and I think it was the difference between getting a point or even 3 points. It ended as another loss, and we continued this disappointing moment for us. I think there was an improvement in the team. People could see how we started the game better than the other day against Wolves, with chances trying to score, playing better. It was another game we could have got we could have got 1 point like the other day, but whether it's because of our chances or our mistakes or VAR, it doesn't matter. It's the same scoreline as the other day, 0 points for us, and we know we need to start getting points. And I agree completely with him, completely. Really, really, really are bad. Gary, good evening. Better late than never. Newcastle are crap at the minute. Why? What's going on? It's not really relevant to a West Ham conversation because I know the FA Cup's going on at the minute, but they're playing Man City, mate. Jay says, can anyone understand Moyes and his subs? He has just right off first 3 games and written off, I think you're supposed to put there, and hoping to nick points in remaining fixtures. Yeah, Jay, we've already gone over this, and I'm sick and tired of this. We talk about this all the time. I know you haven't been in for a few days, mate, to be fair, which is why you're asking about it, but I am getting a bit sick and tired of talking about Moyes' tactics because I was sick and tired of it 8 months ago and I'm still sick and tired of it now. It's even worse because of how everybody's feeling in the position we are. Honestly, guys, look, if we were mid-table, if we were 10th or 11th and he was making these substitutions, people wouldn't care as much. But we're not, and that's why people are overanalyzing every single thing, which is why I'm trying not to be drawn into every single rumor just to make content. There is more and more important things to do to talk about out there. But unfortunately, we've only got a few people actually talking at the minute, which is a real shame. So we've got 20 people watching, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. So a quarter of not even that really for that matter. So just almost a quarter of you watching that are talking. So come on, guys, let's talk. God damn it! Richie says Fornals always comes across as a decent person who loves this club. I think as he said when it came to the Chelsea game, because that's when he's really started to shine. He understands it. He understands the football. He understands the club. He understands that that you've got to be playing to your best. It's a little bit PR spin from everything else, but that's just the way it is. Unfortunately, I mean, it's hard. It's very, very difficult for anybody to come into a completely foreign league in a club that let's be fair, he didn't know about us. We've never heard of Pablo Fornals until we were linked. We got that agreement for him before he started the under 21s Euros. Well, nobody heard of him at all. He's not a West Ham fan, but he understands what's needed. He sees the table. He knows that he hears. When he was sitting on the substitute bench, he's going to hear it clearer than anything else. Sitting in the east, sitting on the substitutes bench, sitting in the East Bank, man, he's going to understand exactly what every single person is saying. He's not going to understand their words, but he's going to understand their emotions. He's going to understand their gestures, and he's going to hear the anger in people's voices, and that's why he's doing his level best to pick us up. Because he gets it, he understands it. It's like Lanzini when he first started. He was all over the place with our fans. He absolutely loved them. Every time he celebrated, he would jump into the crowd because his uncle was there or whatever. He understands it. Gary says starting lineup, please, JP. For what, Gary? For what? Because we haven't got a game for 3 days. What are you talking about, mate? Again, context, please. But yeah, I'm hoping you guys are gonna actually start communicating on more regular basis, because this is the second time now. This is the second stream in a row, which I understand. It's fine. It's the weekend, but it's not exactly like it's glorious sunshine out there, guys. I've got the pub quiz all up and ready, but I don't know if we should do it tonight because there's none of you guys, not enough people are commenting, unfortunately. I know everybody can't, of course, because I know some people are listening to this while they're having their dinner or whatever. But it's the whole point of the pub quiz is for us to all interact with each other. Rishi says, if we go down, we need to keep players with his passion. Agreed. We won't have any of the players with that passion, unfortunately, because I guarantee Fornals will be off. Well, actually, no, he might not. Actually, thinking about it, it might actually not be off. It wouldn't surprise me if he does go off. If he does get sold, because we'll need the money big time. Will we ever need the money? Jeez Louise. Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult. Gary says, I think Anderson, etc., are playing it safe so they don't get injured and can get a move. Maybe. He's not playing. Anderson's not playing at the minute. He's not playing. He's not playing with any gusto in any shape or form. Kieran, I know it's slightly different for you, Sunshine, and I'm still waking up. Yeah, I get that, man. But there's a lot of people in here that are in the UK or in times enough to chat. It's fine. But I always appreciate you coming on, Kieran. It's always good. Rishi says, who would the first three players you would sell? I would sell Anderson, I would sell Lanzini, and I would sell Yarmolenko. Those are the three I would absolutely get rid of first and foremost. So there's no hesitation whatsoever about it. Just thinking about it, just gone. They're gone. They are gone for me. Those are the three I would, that without even thinking about it. Once I saw your question straight away, Anderson, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, three big wages. Say gone, because at the end of the day, Lanzini's not good enough, Anderson's not good enough, and Yarmolenko, unfortunately due to his injury record, is needs to go as soon as possible. And that's it. That's the only thing. It's his injury record. It's like with Wilshere gone straight, same thing. But Wilshere, I think would be a little bit harsh to get rid of him because we've hardly seen him play over the last season or so. But at the same point, we've hardly seen Yarmolenko go. Have a decent run out for exactly the same reason. Yarmolenko has played more games than Wilshere, of course, but as not many. Gary says, "What youth would you try?" I'd try a lot of them, to be honest with you. I would give Cullen a chance. I'd give Grady Diangana a chance. I'd give Nathan Holland a chance. I'd give Trott a run out, as I've said previously. It's just I would give as much as I would genuinely give all the youth players I could if it was up down to me. I really would. I would say a starting 11 of 18 and 19-year-olds. No, but we would have to give players some really good opportunities, because otherwise, what's the point? Rishi says, Johnson and Silva, I would start against Chelsea. Yeah. I won't comment that until Tuesday night, mate, because my preview goes up. Preview goes up in an hour on Patreon, but on the channel it will go up in 25 hours. So you have to wait 2 days for. Well, you have to wait a day and a bit for my opinion on that one, Richie. But I understand that completely. Absolutely, and I think you might be a little bit surprised by my preview as well, for that matter. Here he goes, late as usual. Evening, I start Shergar against Chelsea. Shergar? Oh, yeah. Well, Dale, you spot on time, mate, actually, even though you are half an hour late as usual. Because we're about to start the pub quiz, guys. Gary, what do you think of the rumour about Sully not wanting to pay Allaire extra money to play? You shouldn't have to pay him extra money to play. I don't care if it's a rumour or if it's fact. You shouldn't have to. The cunt's on a lot of money. You shouldn't have to pay him extra money. Why would he pay him extra money? He gets a shitload of money. I mean, I haven't seen that, but around at all. But why would he need it? Why would he need more money to play? There's as X confirmed, there's no conspiracies here. And I, for one, completely agree with him. Completely agree with him. Karen says, I would just like to see Wilshere start one game. I would, mate. I would. I don't think he will ever again, unfortunately. Allaire played his last game. Not necessarily. Don't take what people are saying on Twitter and Facebook, mate, as gospel. You know what it's like. Come on. People are because we are in the situation we are. People are looking at any possibility to understand what's going on. The fact is, he's injured. I've been saying it all along. I know X has been saying he should be ready. But I think that's more X's opinion rather than a hopeful opinion, I should say, for that matter, over anything else. But at the same point, yeah. It's not good. Whatever happens, we gambled on one striker for an entire season not getting injured, and he has been injured. and it's a shame. It really is a shame. Right, guys, halfway mark. Let me know when you're ready for the pub quiz. Kieran, I hope you're still going to be awake enough for it. We've got 20 questions as always. But these are my questions this time, guys. My questions. So, and there's the usual 20 questions, but there are some there are some really good little side wonders in here. These are very these are a lot trickier than the ones you've had before. They are a lot trickier than the ones I've previously done, because those ones were actually quite lame in comparison to mine. But as I say, let me know when you guys are ready for the pub quiz. Because as I say, we've got 20 questions here. There is a bonus. There is a bonus 35 points available in this. Two questions are 10 points. One question is 15 points. So yeah, we've got what is it? So yeah, so you've got next to 10, 20, yeah, so 10, 20, yeah, an extra 20 points available on this pub quiz, guys. So let me know when you're ready, please, because we're at the time now, and again, nothing's coming through. Gary says we only need 3 wins. We must be able to get that, surely. You never know, mate. You absolutely never know. Dale, let me know if you're ready. Gary, let me know if you're ready. Kieran, Mike's ready. Richie's ready to lose badly in the question in the quiz. Do you know what? I've really quite I haven't made it trickier. I just made it a lot. It's a lot less. It's not as easy as it was beforehand. All right. So, question number 1. What was the reason for tomorrow being the official start of Thames Ironworks? So question number 1, what is the reason for tomorrow being the official start date of when Thames Ironworks became a club? Question number 2, Paolo Di Canio played for West Ham between 1999 and 2003. How many appearances and goals did he have? So, Gary, if you are Googling, mate, you're going to be disqualified. So question number 2, Paolo Di Canio played for West Ham between 1999 and 2003. How many appearances and goals did he have? 5 points for each correct answer. Patricia, this is a pub quiz. Don't give your answers in the chat, please. I will say, but neither of those are neither of those questions are right. I'm afraid. Kieran, you're late. You're too late, mate. It's as I say, this is a pub quiz. This is what it says at the beginning. It's a special quiz. So the pub quiz. So yeah, it's fine. Right. So how much money in pound sterling did West Ham pay for Payet in June of 2015? And I'm happy to be a variance on either million here, because it's not a full fee. So in pound sterling, because I know it was all advertised in euros, but it was also confirmed. Was also confirmed in pound sterling as well. Gary, stop fucking about. I know you're trying to be funny, but this is a pub quiz. Number 4, what was the attendance to the 1,000 at the last game at the Boleyn, aka what was the attendance to the 1,000 when we played Man United at home? Number 5, which business, along with Spurs, made their initial bid for the Olympic Stadium? Question number 5, which business, along with Spurs, made their initial bid for the Olympic Stadium? Question number 6. What was the first West Ham game at the newly renamed London Stadium? What was the actual first game West Ham played at the London Stadium? Number 7. Now there's 15 points available here. 15 points. What was the largest ever recorded Premier League attendance at the Boleyn, and what was the fixture? So again, what was the largest ever recorded Premier League attendance at the Boleyn, and what was the fixture? Now I'm happy to give 1,000 either way on this, but you know, because no one's going to get it to the literal. If you do get it to the literal number, then fantastic. But I need to know the attendance figure, who we played, and what the date was. Now, question number 8. When did the South Bank reopen as the Bobby Moore stand? Question 8. When did the South Bank reopen as the Bobby Moore stand? Question number 9. When did the West Bank reopen as the Doc Martin stand? Question number 9. When did the West Bank reopen as the Doc Martin stand? Question number 10. So when we'll finish this, and then we'll recap back from 1 through 10 to see how many which two Richie's got right. And number 10. What was the first senior squad international match held at the Boleyn on the 12th of February 2003? So what was the first senior squad international match held at the Boleyn on the 12th of February 2003? And there's 10 points available here. 5 points to get the which teams were playing, and 5 points available for the correct score. So let me know when you guys are ready for those 10. All right, so Richie's ready. Gary's ready. Mike's ready as well. She's good. Pat, are you still playing? Jack Notridge is ready. Okay, so looks like most of you are going to be ready. Okay, so question number 1. What was the reason for tomorrow being the official start date of Thames Ironworks? Now, Patricia gave a really, really good answer. It's completely wrong, unfortunately, because Millwall was still partly involved in Thames Ironworks, because Thames Ironworks split to become West Ham and Millwall. Slightly different, but not far off it. Well, actually quite far off it, but good point. Good reason. Reason being is because that was the date the newspaper advert went out for requesting people to come for I was going to say auditions then, but come for trials. So that's the reason. Question number 1. What was the reason for tomorrow being the official start date of Thames Ironworks? It was the date the newspaper ad was given to the newspapers to get people in for trials. Question number 2, and again, 10 points available up for grabs here. Paolo Di Canio played for West Ham between 1999 and 2003. How many appearances and goals did he have during that period? He had 118 appearances and 47 goals. So if you got 118 and 47 points, so 47 goals, you're spot on. Question number 3. How much did West Ham pay for Payet in pound sterling in June 2015? It was 10.7 million. So I'm happy to have anything between 10 and 11 million, but that's how much we pay for him. 10.7 million pound. What was the attendance at the question number 4. What was the attendance at the last game at the Boleyn, aka Man United? 34,602, apparently. Not this, not this usual sort of um, not the usual sort of London Stadium. Um, where are we? Blah, blah, blah. So I just want to double check something here because I've just got a funny feeling I'll make sure I've got this right. Yeah, I did have it right. Yeah, I just mistyped it. So that's fine. So question number 5. Which business, along with Spurs, made their initial bid for the Olympic Stadium? It was AEG, the company that ran the Millennium Dome, or the O2 as it's now known as. Question number 6. What was the first West Ham game at the newly renamed London Stadium? I know because I was there. It was the Europa League qualifier against NK Domzali, where Faguli made his debut. Question number 7, and this is 15 points up for grabs here. If you got all 3 of these right, you're a legend, and I do mean a legend. What was the largest ever recorded Premier League attendance at the Bowling, and what was the fixture, and what was the date? So the attendance was 35,550. We were playing City at home, obviously, because it's at the Bowling on the 21st of September 2002. That's the largest ever attendance at the Bowling Ground. No one's come anywhere close to that for some random reason. Bearing in mind it was, the start. That was the start of the treaty seasons, shall we say? It was the largest attendance we ever had. Question 8. When did the South Bank reopen as the Bobby Moore stand? It was in 1993. Question number 9. When did the West Bank reopen as the Doc Martin stand? 2001. And bonus point here, if you knew this, the Bobby Moore stand had to be redone when they were doing the West Bank as well, for that matter, because they both technically reopened at the same time because of the structural problems. But yeah, and question number 10. What was the first senior squad international match held at the Bowling on the 12th of February 2003? So 10 points available here. It was England versus Australia, and Australia beat us 3-1. So give me your points out of that, guys. To say it's 5 points for every question, bar the 2. So you've got 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70. So 70 points available in there. So let me know how you guys did. Right, so Kieran says he's still on 0. Bless you. As I say, these are hard. These are difficult. These I've tried to pick them at various different age ranges and periods of time, because you just never know who's going to be in the chat. So it's going to be there's all different times. Yeah, so Richard says 2 right, says 10 points. Gary says 30 points. I'm crap. Well, as I say, mate, these are difficult questions. These aren't the easy ones that I've been giving you guys. These are hard. These are hard questions. And as Mike said, yeah, 3 right, 15 points so far. Tough questions. Yes, they are, as I say, because it's good because I know, and if Andy was here or Mark was, either the Marks were here, I know they would get some of these. These are very, very difficult. I've kind of the quizzes I've been giving you from are from ones on various websites, and so they're going to be a little bit easy to get your things. But these are ones that I've researched myself. I didn't know all of them. To be fair, I didn't know all of them. but yeah, it's been Richie, I'm not being mean with the questions, mate. It's just the fact that, as I say, I made my own ones up. Some of these ones, but they're not all this difficult. Some of them are easier. Some of them are easier. But as I say, I've tried to put them around in different periods of time. I'm not doing like a quiz on last season. It's not going to happen. But Richie, stop complaining. Mick says, "Hi JP, what was the? Did you say was the largest crowd? The largest crowd was City at home in September 2002, 35,550. Gary says he's better than he thought. What you mean? You mean you're quicker at your Google skills, mate? There are websites. There are websites that are available. Mick says he thinks that's wrong. Well, I double checked the figures on this one, mate. But that's what you're saying. 35,550 on the 21st of September 2002 at home against Man City. All right, question number 11. What was the result when Rice made his debut away to Burnley? Question number 11. What was the result when Rice made his West Ham debut away to Burnley? Mate, I'll look into it, mate. But that's what I found. That's what I found out. I'll have a look at it, mate. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just that's what the search comes up with when I double checked everything. I had a look at the results. Question number 12. Before 42,322 against Buzz, but we weren't in the Premier League then, mate. We weren't in the Premier League then. Because that was an 80s fixture, if I remember correctly. So apologies if I didn't say the Premier League. I thought I did say what was the largest ever recorded Premier League attendance at the Bowling. Yeah, because that's fine, mate. It's fine for the sake because we mentioned that in the but well challenged, mate, well challenged. But we talked about that. There was in one of the other quizzes we did a few weeks back, mate. So that's why I remember that. That's why I remembered that because that was an 80s result. But anyway, so getting back to it. So just to repeat, question number 11: what was the result when Rice made his West Ham debut away to Burnley? Question 12: before making his debut for West Ham in 2009, for which club did James Tompkins play on loan? No. Now, I'm sure, Mick, your missus will know this one down to the ground here. Before making his debut for West Ham in 2009, in which club did James Tompkins play for on loan? Question number 13. Jack Collinson made his debut for West Ham on New Year's Day in 2008 against who? Question 13. Jack Collinson made his debut for West Ham on New Year's Day 2008 against who? Question 14. From which team did we sign Diafra Sakho from on a 4-year contract in August 2014? Question 14. From which team did we sign Diafra Sakho on a 4-year contract in 2014? Question 15. What was the team that Martin Peters made his debut against on Good Friday in 1962? Even Mick, you should be able to get this one. Question 15. What was the team Martin Peters made his debut against on Good Friday 1962? Question 15. 16, I should say. True or false? Winston Reid had got a goal and an assist against Millwall at home in 2012. True or false? Reid got a goal and an assist against Millwall at home in 2012. Question 17. Against what team did Carlton Cole make his debut for West Ham in 2006? What team did Carlton Cole make his debut for against West Ham in 2006? Questions 18. How many England caps did Carlton Cole get? How many England caps did Carlton Cole get? Question 19. So again, sorry guys, there's 10 points available here. Trevor Sinclair made 195 appearances for West Ham. How many goals and assists did he get? So Trevor Sinclair made 195 appearances for West Ham. How many goals and assists did he get? And number 20, in 2016-17 season, Sofiane Feghouli took the number 7 shirt even. So I'll say that again. In 2016-17 season, Sofiane Feghouli took the number 7 shirt from Matt Jarvis. Who did Matt Jarvis take this number from in the 2012-13 season? So it's number 20. In the 16-17 season, Sofiane Feghouli took the number 7 shirt from Matt Jarvis. Who did Matt take his number from in the 2012-13 season? So guys, again, let me know when you're ready for that. When you're ready for this. Just as I'm looking at if there's anything new to talk about before we wrap this up, because we're coming close to time, guys. Guys, ready? Come on, I know you're there. I'm even checking on YouTube, and there's only one comment from Adam, which says, should come up through in a minute. Here we go. Yeah. So Adam says, "Did you know the largest attendance in London Stadium was West Ham versus Everton on the 29th of March when we lost 2-0, 59,988. No, there wasn't, mate. There was not 12 empty spaces. I don't care what the official attendances said. There was not. Excuse me. There was not. There was not 12 empty seats. There was a lot more than 12 empty seats. But yes, it was the worst. It was the worst game at the London Stadium. It's definitely up there, mate. It's totally definitely up there. I've seen worse than that, to be fair. But yeah, that's your experience, and quite rightly so, mate. That was a poor game. So it looks like the Gonzalo Montiel rumours are flying about quite vociferously again. So only Mike is ready so far. Richie, thanks for that. Yeah. You do realise that most of these devices are portable, yeah? Didn't need to know you were sitting on the can. Well, standing at the can. Or squatting at the can. Cracking your leg up, who knows? wouldn't put anything past you, sunshine. All right, but it's there. I mean, that's to be fair, that's plenty enough time for you guys to be ready. So, okay, so question number 11. What was the result when Rice made his debut away to Burnley? It was 2-1. Question number 12. Before making his debut for West Ham in 2009, for which club did James Tompkins play for on loan? He was at Derby. He was on loan for Derby. He played 6 games, if I remember correctly, before being recalled back just before Christmas. Number 13, Jack Collinson made his debut for West Ham on New Year's Day 2008 against who? Arsenal. Mix, you get that one. Now, question number 14. From which team did we sign Diafra Sakho from on a 4-year contract in August 2014? Mets. Number 15. What was the team Martin Peters made his debut against on Good Friday 1962? It was Cardiff City. Question number 16. True or false? Winston Reid got a goal and an assist against Millwall in 2002 at home. It was true. He headed the ball on to Cole, who got the goal in injury time at the end of the first half. Question number 17. Against which team did Carlton Cole make his debut for West Ham in 2006? So against which team did Carlton Cole make his debut for West Ham against in 2006? That's the way I should have really read it. Charlton Athletic. Question number 18. How many England caps did Carlton Cole get? The answer is 7. Number 19. Trevor Sinclair made 195 appearances for West Ham. How many goals and assists did he get? So it's 5 points each here. He scored 38 goals and 18 assists. And number 20. In the 16-17 season, Sufyan Feghouli took the number 7 shirt from Matt Jarvis. But who did Matt take it from in the 2012-13 season? I'll be very surprised if anybody remembers this because we hardly ever saw the git. It's Kieran Dyer. So let me know how you got on with that and give me your totals for the whole 20, guys. When I answer Adam's question, Adam says, What would you say your worst what would you say your worst game is at the London Stadium? As in the worst game that I've seen. It'd have to be, God, there's so many. There's so many. There'd have to be the worst game I've seen at London Stadium. I'd have to. For me, I'd probably say the worst one I've seen. God, that's difficult. Oh, we've only been there 4 bloody seasons. The game that made me the most angry was Brighton at home this season. That's the most angry I've ever been. Kieran says, I feel so thick. I only got 4. Well, to be fair to you, mate, it's very early in the morning. But yeah, as I say, these are tricky, but that's better than nothing. That's better than nothing. As I said, I said to you guys, these were difficult. These are real brain boxers. They really pound you around left, right, and centre. That's the whole point. Dale's clearly not been playing. I was so angry he folded a napkin. Mike says 4 for that set, 7 in total. Not bad, mate. Not bad. Richard says 4 right, 20 points, 30 points overall. Pretty good going. Mike clearly hasn't been. Mike Williams, Glenn Murray always scores against us. Yes, that was one of the reasons why I got angry, mate, because he was running around. We made him look like he was 20. It really, really irritated the hell out of me, and quite a few thousand others as well, for that matter. But yeah, we will leave it there, guys. Thank you very, very much for your time as always. Dale says I got me lads kids dangling off me neck. You're still able to type. But guys, yeah, thanks very much for your time. If you're new around here, welcome. I really hope you've enjoyed it. It'd be nice to get some more subscribers because to get to the 1600 mark, so we can have the live gig done. It'd be nice to do it. It'd be nice to try and get to it because we're only 49 away from from the count of it. Last time I looked early this afternoon. So guys, thanks very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. As I say, every single evening until we get back to normal, or at least I'm back in the office, I should say. We will be doing a live watch along with every single evening, and Wednesday night you'll get double bubble for nothing, because obviously we'll have the daily watch along, which we'll talk about, and then we'll do after the daily live chat as well. So we'll be watching the Chelsea game together. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Look after each other. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a dick. Make sure you do your best to make sure we don't get a second wave. And just quickly, last question. Richard said, a question for you, JP. How many goals will Andy Carroll score against us? I wouldn't be at all surprised, mate, if you got a bloody geriatric. I really wouldn't be at all surprised. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves, and I'll see you very, very soon.